Hey guys, I'm back. Dex is having a nap, so I'm just going to do a little bit of work in After Effects, I think. I'm just doing some work for a client at the moment, so I thought I'd just jump on stream and you could just watch me do a little bit of work. As boring as that sounds, I just thought, you know what? Maybe you guys might want to hang out, so let me just see if... Oh, okay, so people are already here. That's awesome. Okay, I'm not quite sure where the chat left off. I'm guessing all the people that are saying hello. Cheddar Cheese says hello. How was your day? Day is actually been pretty good. Once we got off stream, I went in, got Dexter up. We had breakfast, and then I took him to the park with my mother and father-in-law. We went for a walk. I took him to the shops, and we had a look at toys that we didn't buy. And oh, yeah, I bought some more of these stupid energy drinks, but the good thing is they actually scanned at the wrong price, so they had to give me a 4-pack of these things for free. Winning. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into After Effects. I'm just going to push the right button. Nope, that's the chat window. But if you're around for the stream, the one this morning, I did actually have a super chat from Legends Universe, and he was asking me to do a logo for him, and it was essentially the logo from our first strike pack. So yeah, I've just been doing that while Dexter's been asleep. So if I push the right button, nope, that's Cinema 4D. So what I did was I went into our old Cinema 4D template. Sorry, Cinema 4D doesn't display properly in OBS for some reason. I think it's because I've got a 4K monitor and I haven't configured Cinema 4D for a 4K monitor, so it scales it really weird. So I get this odd ghosting there. But all I've done is just chuck his stuff on that, and then if I bring up After Effects, which is right here, sorry, just bear with me guys. 5, no, oh, which one is it? Okay, just bear with me. I'm just going to switch that back. There we go. Okay, now we're in After Effects. Sorry about the technical difficulties. This is only the 3rd stream I've ever done, guys, so it's going to suck a little bit. Basically, this is what we've got as our end result. Now, you can see I'm still work in progress here. So, I originally had, what was it, REFX Real Smart Motion Blur on this, but I haven't installed that on the latest version of After Effects here. So I'm just going to cheat this. So if I turn that off and I do a RAM preview, you can see what we've got so far. So it comes in, bam, and I'll just stop it there. So it's got a little bit of camera shake. We've got some embers flying around, and we've got a little bit of the strike pack. So what I'm planning on doing right here is if I turn that on, I'm using a little bit of radial fast blur just masked over an adjustment layer. And all I'm going to do is just keyframe that mask path just so we've got a little bit of a blur as the lettering comes in. So I'm just going to talk as I'm doing this. So I'm just going to hit the stopwatch on mask path on this one. And then we'll just rewind back 1 frame. Grab that whoops. Oh, it's the magnificence of doing this thing live. So, and then we'll just drag that back to over there. Go back 1 more frame. Drag that mask completely off frame. And we might move forward. And we'll just move that and drag it out. Sorry guys, at the moment I'm not looking at the chat, but I will address the chat in a second. So that'll be our last frame of that. So I'm going to hit Control-Shift-D and delete that adjustment layer. Oh, after that last frame. Bam. Because we've got the camera shake on screen here, so we don't have to worry about the blur anymore after that. But what I will do is now go over to our Legends text, hit the stopwatch on mask path, and do the exact same thing. Now that's a smaller bit of lettering, so we really don't have to do much with this one. We're just going to drag that over. And the next frame, just drag it completely off screen. And what we should be left with, I'll just size it up to 100%, is a little bit of faked motion blur. And a complete logo. Just wait for the RAM preview to finish. And whoosh. Pretty sweet. Now, I didn't actually build that Flash logo in the background. That was actually built by my good friend Lee Strip, who is actually one of our very first Film Learnin sponsors, which is really awesome. I might post his channel link up on Twitter, or I'll just advertise it in the community tab too. He does a lot of cool stuff in Houdini, and I'm super jealous that he gets to do that as well, because I'd love to learn how to do Houdini, and he does a lot of stuff in Blender as well. He just did an awesome render that he's working on a Ghostbusters short film, and he did some awesome effects using the Proton packs. He's developing something at the moment, and he's got a test render on there at the moment. It's really cool. Now, okay, so that's pretty much done. I'll send a proof off to Legends Universe and get that cha-ching, you know what I'm saying? That cheddar, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bring up the chat again. Let's see if this is completely derailed. And Garcia Gamer, that's right. Sorry, dude, I've totally spaced on doing your intro as well. So that is something that I've got to get done in the next couple of days as well. Speaking of which, do you like that intro? Because I was thinking something like this, but maybe just a little bit different. Okay, let's address some questions. Sorry, I'm just going to head back to my original screen. Oh, Jesus, it's full screen. Oh. You can see the dogs aren't here as well. They wanted to go out for some odd reason, but I mean, it's better than them crapping inside. Which, by the way, apart from Peg, they've never actually done that. All those road apples are in the backyard, and these dogs crap a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up the chat and let's answer some questions. Kermit the Puppet said, are you going to make Infinity War dust effect? Dude, I did that earlier this year. I think I might have done that as early as May. So that's already been done. How about the Glass trailer? A Squared Productions has asked. It's the second Glass trailer, and I don't know if I want to watch it. Can you tell me if it reveals any major plot points? Because I want to go into that thing completely clean. Okay, so Garcia Gamer, he's another fellow that did contact me about making up a logo animation, but I think I might do something a little bit more, because yours is Garcia Gamer, I think I might do something a little more 8-bit, if that's cool. This is just weird. Dude's a client, and I'm having a client conversation with him in the middle of a chat. That's so weird. That's very unprofessional, Grant. I'm going to take this off because it's a little bit... Oh, God. I'm one of those streamers now. Okay, so this one was a pretty simple setup in Cinema 4D as well. I I'd have to fart around with OBS as well. But yeah, it's just a 3D model of the Flash logo and then the two bits just coming in. I think it's all of about 3 frames of animation. You're gonna play Mega Man 11. 11. They're up to 11. Jeez, the last time I played a Mega Man game, they were Mega Man 9. Just for everyone out there. Kermit the Puppet says, what is your favorite CW show? Without a doubt, it is Legends of Tomorrow. That show just got it right in its... Thank you. In its second and third season. In its second season, it stopped being a mediocre CW show because its first season was just okay. When they embraced just the absurdity of the premise of that show, that's when it really got good. They're just like Mick punches Caesar in the face, and the entire time he calls Ray haircut, and I just love how freakishly optimistic and positive Ray is. That's the best show. And yes, I was happy cheddar cheese when Wally joined Legends, and I was sad that Wally's being written out of the shows. I mean, in the first episode of season 5 of The Flash, he's leaving again. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, why he's leaving, but I think it's his own choice, so more power to him. I hope he gets some good work in the future and we see him again. Okay, Ripstars just said, hey Grant, can you help me real quick? I'm trying to edit a video right now and I'm using RG camera shake. When I apply it to the clip, the program monitor goes black. Are you applying it using an adjustment layer or are you applying it straight to the footage? And Cheddar Cheese asked, if you were any legend, who would you want to be? I'm probably closer to the Atom than any of those other ones because I'm just so damn awkward. What do you... Sorry, I'm just going back to Ripstar's question. Are you editing in Premiere Pro or are you editing in After Effects? Super Raccoon Brothers asks, and I'll just answer this while I'm at it. It says, what's the hardest movie template you have made? Without a doubt, it was the Marvel Studios template because there are so many moving parts in that thing. It was just... That was a monster, especially to render because if anyone has actually downloaded that, it has a 10 gig download pack. And that's because every single one of those files that goes into the inside of those letters is a 4K image sequence. So that thing is just a monster. I don't think it took overnight for it to render for me, but it might have taken about 6 hours, which is crazy. Okay, so Ripstar is editing in Premiere, and whenever he adds the Red Giant camera shake, his screen goes black. Try adding it on top of an adjustment layer, or if that doesn't work, click on the specific shot and nest it into a sequence, and then add the camera shake on top of that. That's my advice there. I've never had that particular issue, because I generally don't add Red Giant camera shake in on any Premiere projects. I would recommend just doing a Google search and finding the Deadpool camera shake plugins and presets and grabbing those because they are super easy and there's zero wait on the render time. Shadow Captain said, if we want to contact you personally, where do we go and how much time do you respond? Best way to contact me is probably via Twitter because I usually respond to every one of those. Now my Twitter handle, if I hit this button here, you can see it just down below there. So it's that one right there. So you can easily just at me at Film Learnin and ask a question. But if it's business related, you can hit me up on the email. That's in the About section on the YouTube channel. Kermit the Puppet also asks, are you excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? I have never played a Super Smash Bros. Game ever. And I own every single console up until the Wii, so I really don't have any excuse. I'm just not a big fighting game guy. My favorite game series was Super Mario Bros. And then up until the PlayStation era, and then it was Resident Evil. They're my that's my games. I like puzzle games and platformers and that sort of thing. Probably my top two favorite games on like the Nintendo Entertainment System, which was my favorite. Sorry, I just saw Eobard Thorne said I'm finally here from the future. Thanks for showing up, bro. Now, don't stick your hand through my chest. Played on the 64 first, so Smash Brothers 64. I've always heard that's one of the better versions. I've heard that the one on GameCube is the best, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe Brawl is. So I know of them. I just haven't played any of them. Sorry, I'm just reading a few... Cheddar Cheese is still asking about Legends. So he says, have you wrote any fan fiction on Legends? No, I've not written any fan fiction. I have written a short film based in the CW Flash universe that I'd love to film. And I've talked to a couple of people about, but finding the time, I'd have to take a couple of months off Film Learnin just to film that, edit it, and get it out there. A Square Production says, hey Grant, did you ever check out that Creatrix special edition out of curiosity? I probably did. But yeah. No, don't. Cheddar Cheese says, I'll stop bugging you about Legends. Don't. I love that show. My wife and I love sitting down because I can't get enough of the interplay between Mick and Ray. It's some of my favorite things. I've tweeted to Brandon Routh a few times that I love that. And believe it or not, I don't know if anyone knows this, but the guy playing Mick, Dominic Purcell, is actually an Australian. Oh, Ripstar coming in with the super chat. You absolute legend. Thank you very much for that. And see, that's a great example of helping people. He asked for a question in the chat. I dribbled like an absolute idiot for a while, and I think his problem was actually solved. And I don't know if it was by me or A Square Productions. Either way, I'm very happy that we were able to help him. Okay, Soham Joshi says, please read my name in the chat and answer me. Done. Blaze the Werewolf said, can you do the Captain Cold effect? I've done a Captain Cold gun effect. I'm trying to find a really good way to do a frozen person effect. I've just started rewatching, well, I shouldn't say rewatching. I just started watching Gotham again last night because I saw it was on Netflix, and I was actually, I think 3 years ago, I was on the Mr. Freeze episode, and so I started watching that last night. A lot of that is just the person standing still, and then what they've done is just apply makeup to them. And whether they've removed that makeup in post, I think I don't know. But my wife was just like, they were walking through a scene and there was someone that was supposed to be frozen, and she goes, rewind back. And he's like, you can see the guy's hand actually moving around. Let's see, what else we got? I remember this was supposed to be, I was supposed to be doing work, but I did actually finish the work, so it's all good. God, there's so many of these. I know, that's such a first world problem. There's too many people on my stream asking questions. Now, Garcia Gamer said, who do you think was the better Spider-Man, Toby, Andrew, or Tom? I never thought that Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man. It's mainly because he's not a good Peter Parker. And I think he wore his glasses for about 5 seconds in that movie, and then he did that montage of him skateboarding. It's just, that's not Peter Parker at all. And he's, people seem to say that he was a good Spider-Man. I mean, I disagree. I just, upon rewatching those movies, they're just not good. And his Spider-Man suit in The Amazing Spider-Man was terrible. I'd have to say Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man because he actually feels like a teenager. Tobey Maguire never seemed like a teenager to me. It's kind of like saying that the cast of Saved by the Bell looked like teenagers. Yeah. Sazerox Film says, it's great to see another live stream. How you doing? So Hami Joshi said, please make a short film action and a whole bunch of devil emojis. Dude, if I had the time to make a short film, I would do it. If I had a crew to make a short film, I would do it. It's basically just me in this room with some dogs that fart constantly. A Square Production says, The Last Jedi or Rogue One? The Last Jedi. I don't care what anyone says, especially my brother-in-law when it comes to that movie. I think that movie's fantastic. Rogue One. My biggest problem with Rogue One is that there isn't a single character apart from that reprogrammed droid that is enjoyable. Everyone else is just kind of bland. But, I mean, that's part and parcel with Gareth Edwards, the director. Because you look at his previous film before that, Godzilla. Can you remember a single character name at all in that movie? Because they were bland. The moment they killed off Bryan Cranston, that movie went downhill because you only had Aaron, whatever his name is, that's married to the 50 Shades of Grey director. Yeah, so he has a tendency to write bland characters framed around gigantic set pieces. So as stylistically and overall, Rogue One is not a bad movie. It's quite enjoyable, but it's not fun. I mean, I know the tone of it's supposed to be dour because the ending, but yeah, it's just instantly forgettable, and you can see that it's sort of been hacked to pieces a little bit. I'm surprised it was as good as it came out to be. Unlike Solo, which was, I don't remember a single character's name apart from L3, and that's mainly because she was so annoying that from the first scene she was in, that I was glad when she got blown apart. Now, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Man, Soham Joshi is crazy with those emojis. Now, the VFX Empire said, could you replace any character or actor in moving camera in After Effects? You can actually do that if you get a decent part of a clean plate. So, if someone was, say, walking through a shot, and they walk out of the shot and you've still got a decent amount of that clean plate, you can do that in Mocha Pro 2019 pretty effectively. Tobias from Surface Studio just put up a video about removing actors in Mocha Pro 2019, so I would go over to the Surface Studio channel and check that out because it's a really good video. Yeah, yes, Ripstar, I will concede that the last act of Rogue One was awesome. Fantastic tension. One of the most tense movies I've seen. Although easily the most tense movie I've seen was Argo. Did you see the last act of Argo? I was like, this is so tense. And that was people going through an airport. That's the tension that was in that. I'm Possible Studio said hello from Hong Kong. Well, hello from Australia. Who's my least favourite character from Legends? Oh, least favourite. Ooh, that's a tough one. Sarah makes pretty bad decisions, but I think she's a pretty good captain. I think Rip's probably my least favourite character. I'd have to say that because they haven't really found a good use for him since season 1. He's kind of like he's become the Iris of Legends. Kevin the Puppet says, what do you think is going to happen in Avengers 4? I don't know. I watched one of those Avengers 4 theory videos, which kind of just blew my mind. Because they took parts of the trailer and they pointed out things that I didn't even notice. And he was saying that he reckons that it's not going to be about time travel. Whereas I kind of think that it has to be, because how are they going to get Scott out of the quantum realm? He's clearly going to have to go into a time pocket, or else they wouldn't have mentioned that specifically before he went in there. But one of the fellas that was doing this theory, he was talking about how Tony would use that bath technology to run simulations to see how he could win. I guess sort of like the way Doctor Strange was doing his, time stone simulations. But the problem I have with that is, how does Tony get back to Earth? I'm assuming it's... Oh, I didn't even think about that until then. Who's he left on the planet with? Anyone in the chat? Who is Tony left on Titan with right now? Exactly. Thank you. He is left on there with Nebula, and Nebula has a ship. So, yeah. Thank you. So, everyone's there. Everyone's there. So, now I know what... yeah. So, Tony's not stranded on Titan, which is awesome. Cheddar Cheese said, when you start getting into film editing, and this is going to shock a lot of you, I got into film editing in 1997. And that was when I was doing analog editing on videotapes in my media class in high school. So I'm just going to get a drink. I'm a bit parched. Team BBD said, I met the cast of Supergirl on The Flash a couple of days ago. That's awesome. You know, out of all the Flash casts, who I'd like to meet is Tom Cavanagh. That guy seems like he is an absolute hoot. I loved him on Scrubs, and I loved him on the show that he starred in before that called Ed. But I just think that guy looks like he's really fun, and he'd be awesome to just hang out with. Sorry, that's kind of a noisy thing. Ripstar says, I'm working on something for my media class, I'm just going to say it, a shitty energy drink commercial. The next effects are... Okay, I don't know whether I don't know how to say this. I wish I did. I'm just sorry, dude. I don't know how to say that. So I'm just going to highlight it here and just says, what's the next effect going to be? I've got a sponsor that wants something done in, say, the next 2 days, and they're asking me whether that's possible. They contacted me today, and that's for an ad read, so I need to get an episode up in the next 2 days. What I was going to do is do a modified remix of my Ant-Man shrinking effect using the CC wide time method that I showed in the last Ant-Man car shrinking effect. So, brand new version of my Ant-Man shrinking effect, but it'll be much easier. But that's if they come through. If they don't come through, I will probably just leave that for a couple more days and maybe just do the Shazam effect. And yes, I will be doing Ant-Man growing as well. I've just got to come up with an idea of how to frame that one. And someone's asked, sorry, same dude actually asked, what do you think of the season 5 suit from The Flash? It still weirds me out. I don't like it as much as I like the season 2 suit. I think the season 2 suit was probably the best. Maybe the season 4 suit was good. Yeah, season 4 suit was pretty good, but I prefer that. I prefer the leather to the spandex because I don't know. I've got to get used to it. I mean, it's only one episode in, so hopefully it gets better. That's true. Yes, I did mention it, framing it like Spider-Man: Homecoming and having like a vlog style. I still might do that with the Ant-Man growing effect. I think no, I haven't seen Venom yet. We talked about that on the stream this morning. Use one of your dogs for the Ant-Man growing effect. I used one of my dogs for the Ant-Man shrinking effect. I don't know if I want to do that again. They like the camera lens and they get way too close to it. Yes, Dexter is sleeping at the moment. He's just on the baby monitor over there. Ghost facing is another one that I want to tackle, but I want to do that one as kind of a pre-made template so that you just drop your footage in and then, like, it's one thing. You drop your footage in and then you're able to just do the effect. So I'll try and do that soon. So yeah, Dexter's asleep. Seb Flynn Film says, is there any way you can do HitFilm Express tutorials as well as along with Audacity? It's just something I'd have to learn as well. And there's already channels that are dedicated to HitFilm and Audacity, like Red Alert. I don't know if I'd really want to step on his toes and sort of go in there. I know FilmRight every now and then guests a person doing stuff in HitFilm. But I don't know if I'm going to go there because it's yet another thing that I've got to learn. So I'm not sure. Samir Malik says, hey, I'm your subscriber since more than 2 years. Love your progress and keep up the good work always. Thank you for your tutorials. You, sir, are just amazing. That's very nice for you to say, and thank you for saying it. But if you keep saying those sort of things, I'm going to go from having a head like this to a head like this. Cheddar Cheese asks, have you already done a breach opening effect? Yes, I have. I believe it's in the season 4. It might be even season 5 finale. I think that might be. So check the season 5 playlist. It should be in there. If not, it'll be in the season 6. I think season 5 though. Garcia Gamer said, you're still working on the Starlord Helm effect. I've had to put that one on the back burner because it's requiring more work than a normal Film Learnin episode. So as soon as I get enough time to work on that, I just sort of have to get a couple of episodes ahead of myself, which barely ever happens. Once that happens, I'll be able to dedicate a couple of weeks to finishing that one off. Badass Bachelor says, what about my question, Grant? You see in the chat, right, dude? I have no idea where that is. So just ask it again and I'll answer it. The Raiden asked, do you know Alliston? I don't know who that is. So I guess not. What else have we got? He was asking about CGI, was he? I'm not planning on traveling to another country anytime soon. I have a 2.5-year-old, and traveling to another country with that ticking time bomb. We did that when he was not even a year old. We went to Bali, and that was a nightmare. I'm just going to scroll up and see if I can find it. Oh, it goes, hey Grant, please tell me something about CGI. What would you like to know, dude? That's super, super vague. Where is your puppet? Oh. He's chilling. He's just chilling over there. He likes to hang out like that. Oh man, this is Jason Bourne stuff right there. Can you see him? There he is. Now I've got to readjust this damn thing. That's actually better framed. No. He is real. He's just chilling out. He's just chilling out. Tyler is L01. My friend is back. He says, fave meme. It's kind of obvious, isn't it? If I may, I'll just... if we go right here, and let's go onto the Film Learnin website. Now, people might not know this, but if you click this... My God. That's right, there's a My God button on the Film Learnin website. Feel free to go click that. Nope. Now let's bring that chat back up again. There we are. Okay, besides my God. Thank you. Yes, because that's my meme. See, I own that meme. That's my meme. No, we all own Lawrence. Oh God, my favorite meme besides my God. Oh, it's hard to go wrong with bitch lasagna. That's a good one. And Bob's and Vegana, they're fantastic. That's a really hard one. That's like naming your favorite dog or your favorite child. It's too much pressure. The Shazam tutorial will be coming next week, hopefully. I've got to be able to film Dexter. So, yeah. Filming that kid is like trying to like catch a fart in a jar, really. Oh, Tyler, I will mention that I love every single sloth meme. Love them. Todd Jason Films asks, have you checked out my Jurassic Park fan film trailers yet? You know, I'm not sure. I watch way too much YouTube. So, I might have. If you like, you can send me a link on Twitter. Now, once again, I'll just while I'm there. 3, there we go. Yeah. Once again, all the socials are there, dude. Including the Patreon. Shameless whoring plug. Simon Pegg. Why would you say Simon Pegg? Ripstar said, I thought I could be tracing it back to the original source. Dude, I've said several times where My God is from. In fact, I talked about it on the first stream, I think. If you'd like to know, I'll tell you right now. Now, I'm just gonna put it out here, guys. I got a whopper of a fart on deck, and this is a stream. And I'm very, very mature, so maybe I'll just hold that shit in. Garcia Gamers just jumped back in, and he said, just in case you want to know what I look like for the 8-bit intro animation in your 100k celebration video at 3250. Damn, that is a very, very precise time code right there. So I'll have to check that out. He says just pause the stream. Pause the stream. Sacrilege. It's alright, we've been at it for 40 minutes. I'm sure I could. If I spontaneously combust on stream, you know, I mean, what a finale. Oh, who knows who dislikes. Okay. I'm just going to lay it down for Ripstar because it bugs him. Lawrence is from an episode of Undercover Boss. Okay? I think it might be season 6 of Undercover Boss. It's from the episode called Mayor of Chicago. Mayor of Chicago goes undercover, and Lawrence is one of the people he works with. I think Lawrence is a carpenter, and when they go for their final interview, the mayor says, "Have you ever watched the show Undercover Boss?" And Lawrence says, "I've watched it." And he says, "You're on it." He's like, "My God." So yes, that's the origin of the Undercover Boss meme. And I actually, I took them, you might have noticed in how I did like a video that Grant meets the My God guy, and I actually removed the boss out of it and I put myself in there. Sorry, I think, Dexter's awake. Can you guys hear him? He's not fully awake yet, so we might have at least a few more minutes. But hey, we've already had a well over an hour stream, and then we've got another 40 minutes on top of that, so I think we're doing pretty well. And I got some work done. The Golden Anvil's like, oh, the stream's going to be fun now. I don't know if I'm going to bring him out this time, because he has been an... I don't want to curse him out on stream, but he has been an absolute turd today at home. The last week, he is doing a lot of things. When he doesn't get his way, he screams and screams and screams and just cries. And it's super annoying because he's transitioned into the terrible twos this week. And people are saying I should do some hit film tutorials. I'd honestly have to learn how to use the software, guys. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I might do it next year, but it's not going to be something that I'm going to be doing this year. Because I don't have the time to learn the software and then teach teach it at the same time. Because, like I said, I do a weekly tutorial show. So I've got to develop that, and my time is extremely limited, so it's very valuable to me. A badass bachelor says, "Join you in 5 minutes. My dad just called up." Okay. Art Sig says, "Hi all, I'm a Ukrainian cyborg." Okay. Moving on. Seblin just added in the chat, "If you want, you can watch my newest short film called Juvenile. It took 7 months to make." God damn. You know, the first video I uploaded to YouTube took me 7 months to make. It's a short film called Nexus. You can check it out. It's way back in the back catalogue, though. Like, I posted that thing in 2009. Emilian Film says, "Grant, I love you," and then sends me one of those kissing emojis. Now, I will say the reason that short film took 7 months to make is because I procrastinated like all hell on that. And for one shot, there's a shot where I do like a dream sequence that goes through all these 3D consoles, and I built every single one of those consoles from scratch in Cinema 4D, and I had never modeled anything before. Excuse me. That never happened. It's alright, I didn't do it into the mic this time. Oh, goddamn. That chicken Caesar salad is coming back to haunt me. Ian Stromberg has said, hello, how are you feeling? I feel much better now, I gotta tell you. Hey, I'm a newbie streamer. I'm allowed to do these sort of things. If DSP Gaming can snort into his mic, belch and fart through his entire streams, and he's been doing that for 10 years, I think I get a pass. By the way, if you don't know who that is, go and check out the channel Snort Burnell. It's just funny stuff. I mean, if you've ever heard of DSP Gaming, all you have to do is just type his name into YouTube. There are just tons of people that just meme the crap out of that guy. And of course, VFX TV said, make a Hulk effect. Emily Ann Films says, have you ever won a film contest or festival? No, I have not. I've entered My Road Reel for the last 5 years in a row. I was a finalist 1 year, but I've never actually won. My experience on it is I've very rarely had enough time to work on a short film for it, so I usually do them in one day. So that's probably why I've never won, because I can't. It's not a big scope, so I don't spend a lot of time on them. I'm not answering that, cheddar cheese. You're going straight back to Legends. Kartik Goyal says, what, according to you, was your best effect? Best effect? I think probably one of my most accurate effects, if I was to say that, would be my Justice League Batarang catch effect, because that thing's pretty much shot for shot. So I'm genuinely happy with that turned out. It took a long time to make, but I'm pretty happy with that one. I also like my old Ant-Man effect as well. Look, a Ghost Rider effect, that's a tough one as well, because it involves not just a 3D skull head and complete head replacement, but it also involves making interactive fire for that skull. So that's not the easiest one to do. So, anyone got some easy effects? Any easy requests out there? That would be fantastic. By the way, this is a it's a Slurpee drink bottle. So you're supposed to go and get refills of Slurpee. I love Slurpees, but they don't sell them in the town where we're at. We don't have a single 7-Eleven, so I have to travel about 90 minutes to actually get a Slurpee if I want one. Oscar Hildebrand said, will you make a super jump effect? I am planning on doing a superhero jump / landing effect, but don't tell that guy that keeps requesting it in the chat. It's getting kind of rude, because it's not for him, okay? It's for everyone else that requests it, but it's not for him. Okay, how about a Dragon Ball Z beam struggle effect? Beam struggle effect. I'm guessing that's when two beams are like, and then it's like, that sort of thing, I'm guessing. Iron Man laser effects. Ripstar says, like, could you do a video on how to set up lights or shooting by yourself? You know what's, I should mention, you know what's cool about the lights that I actually have? Now, I'm just going to... see that? Oh, God. Can't move this. You going to stay? Okay. No. Crap. Okay. Just bear with me, guys. This thing's going to go falling down. Stay. God, looks like the end of a Francis skit. Okay. The cool thing about the aperture lights, and this is one that I've still got to do a review on, they're remote control. So I can make this brighter remotely. So these are great for self-shooting. So you can change everything. You can change the white balance and everything. These are really, really cool. So I've got one of those there, which is my key light, so that goes straight on my face. And then I've got this panel light here. Oh. And see, they're both remote controls, so that's what I actually use to shoot. And there's another one over there in the corner, which is a backlight too. Now, I'm just going to quickly... Sorry, one thing about having a giant 4K TV as a monitor is it's really... I've got to look up. Oh, that's terribly framed. That's a bit better. Yeah, I can live with that. And yes, to everyone who's asking about a Shazam effect, we're going to be doing that next week. And the Golden Anvil asked, dude, are you in your garage or a basement? No, dude, this studio was built in my backyard specifically for production. So this is just a big 6x6 shed that I've got my wife's uncle to completely fit out. So this is essentially a house in my backyard. Yeah, Kartik Goral says Nightcrawler effect. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of bad ones of those floating around YouTube, so I probably should do a Nightcrawler effect. Let's see. Matthew, could you do a video on tips on removing wrinkles from a green screen? Dude, I'm going to say, go to the channel. Oh, God, what's the name of it right now? Visionary Fire. My good friend Lennon Bracewell has done a video called the Ultimate Green Screen Tips Tutorial. It runs for about 40 minutes, but it is absolutely brilliant, and you will not regret checking that out. Garcia Gamers going to bed, so yes, you have a great day as well, guys. Sorry, have a good night's sleep, because maybe I need some more of this energy drink or less of it. Johan, there is no way I'm going to be doing streaming daily. I had some work to do, and I thought, yeah, I'll do that and go on stream so I can just talk at the same time. But the work ended up being about 5 minutes of this stream. Clash with VB, can we do Thor effects on Filmora? Unless they have a download pack, no. That's the only sucky thing about Filmora. You can't import your own effects, especially with an alpha channel, because I tried. Night cheddar cheese. Ripstar's asking whether I could do a tutorial making cinematic opening title from scratch. I guess I could. Never even thought about it. Could totally do that. Let's see. Seeing as though I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt, could you try and do a light construct effect? Yes, I've been planning on doing a Green Lantern effect for God knows how long. Really, God knows how long I've been talking about Green Lantern effects. I've also been talking about the slow-mo flash lightning effect and doing a black lightning effects pack and doing a Doctor Who regeneration effect. I have so many effects that I've got folders on my computer saying these episodes' names, but it's just a matter of getting to them. Because every week there's a different request, and sometimes I kind of get stuck. And I'm like, oh, I'm doing this effect, and then I'll get 3 days into it and go, oh, this is going to take longer than I want it to, so I have to try a different effect. Like a Wolverine effect as well. Dwarf or midget effect, please. Oh, God. DMS, I have not been alive that whole time, okay? I put my son to sleep, I had some lunch, and then I came out here to do some work, okay? I haven't been alive this whole time. Weird. I've been alive for like... God, that'd mean I've been live from 7 o'clock AM till 3:30 in the afternoon. Jensen Parker VFX said, Have I had a chance to watch his fan-made Venom trailer? I will have to check that out, dude. Do me a favor and send it to me on Twitter so I can check it out. Because otherwise I probably won't be getting around to seeing it today. Golden Anvil says he uses Film Aura to compress the file size of an After Effects render. That's a good idea. I generally just render out anything in After Effects in QuickTime Animation, which they're decent file sizes, but it's mainly because they don't lose any resolution, and I've been doing that for 10 years now. We have talked a little bit about the Star-Lord helmet effect, Mitchell. It's on the back burner because it's really, really complicated, and finding the time to get it done, yeah, it's a hard one. I do have an email from someone who said that they've got an easier way to do it than what I was explaining. So I'm going to check that out in the next couple of days, and hopefully that's the one that nails it. Can you do maybe a Vixen animal effect? I feel like that's going to be a little bit like a Green Lantern effect as well, because essentially just a big 3D model that pops out. It'll be easier though, I assume. Alright, Golden Anvil's off, and I'm probably going to be off soon. I'm just going to... because Dexter did make a noise like 10 minutes ago. Oh. Okay, he went back to sleep. Sammy Diaz says, facial animations for CGI stunt double. Doing a tutorial on that? Whew. That's a tough one. Mainly because the CGI stunt doubles, that's pure Cinema 4D, because you're using pose morph layers. Now, if I just explain pose morph layers a little bit, basically every time that your rigged character does any kind of facial expression, like it might just be a closed mouth, and then the extreme of that would be a super wide mouth. What a pose morph controller does in Cinema 4D is allow you to control those two different expressions. So you'll go from closed mouth to open mouth. So 50% of that would be, and then on top of that, you'd have to do maybe a lips purse or raise one eyebrow or both eyebrows. Every single one of those tiny little bits of the face is a different pose morph slider. So doing something like a bit of dialogue or a full conversation requires a ridiculous amount of intricate animation, and that's a very hard thing to teach because it'd take a very long time. One channel I would recommend is Roundtable Studios. He has a weekly series called Animating with Cliff, and he talks a lot about that. But I think he animates in Unity. But he's got a lot of cool tips on animation. Love Cliff. Let's see. Oscar Hildebrand said, "Can you do a video on how to do great effects for free?" Now, are you talking like actual downloading effects, or are you talking about an effects program? Because there's plenty of tutorials about HitFilm Express, which is absolutely free. You can check out the Red Alert channel. You can check out tons of channels that use HitFilm Express. Because, yeah, that's pretty much the bee's knees of free software is HitFilm Express. You're not going to get After Effects for free. If you're a student, you can get a full version of Cinema 4D for free, which is the Cinema 4D student version. Let's see, what do we... Melina Holloway said, would you do game effects? Which games? Oh, I just want to point something out. Did anyone watch the new H3H3 video? I watched that this morning. That was amazingly funny. I loved that, especially the end. Very enjoyable. It reminded me a lot of their older videos. Sorry about the awkward silence, guys. It's just there's a lot of stuff to read here. I might actually check and see how many people are actually watching right now. I never see that. Okay, so there's 35 people watching. That's pretty good. Because a lot more people watch these afterwards. Now, Bahulu, sorry dude, butchered that name, Patel asked for a Yondu arrow effect. I reckon we could probably do something like that. I don't know whether I'd do like a particle emitter like attached to the arrow or not. I'm not sure. Now, what's Clash with VB said? He said, dude, I've been asking for a long time. Oh, how about Thor VFX on Wakanda Battle tutorial? Are you talking about when he arrives on Wakanda, or are you talking about his lightning effects while he's in battle? Someone said you should do the grid lull lightning effect from Flash 5.1. Look, I think it looks a lot like the slow-mo lightning, so we might be able to do something like that. I started on the slow-mo lightning pack. It's a lot of frame-by-frame animation, and I kind of just, I don't want to say gave up, but I kind of did, because I was absolutely tired at the time, so I haven't gone back to that yet. I might see if I can talk with Crimson Wrens about using his lightning emitter in Cinema 4D, because I'm so over drawing lightning frame by frame. CW makes their lightning in a procedural emitter, so they do it in 3D. So it's all based on the movement of that person. They definitely don't do it the way I do it, and that's frame by frame animation. They might have done that at the start, but they definitely don't do it now. Now, as far as the Wakanda battle goes, I have done a Bifrost effect. So, but the one on Wakanda requires a lot of assets. So you need dust wave assets, you need particle assets, you need a whole bunch of, like, not so much 3D assets, but you need a hell of a lot of environmental assets. Now, I do have those, like, via Action VFX, but it's not something I actually give out to folks. Like, I give you very down-res samples of those, but it would actually require a budget on your part to be able to accomplish that effect. Johan said, when do you do your next live stream? I think I'll just do it when I had some time. But I think right now I might have to end this one because... Okay, yeah, he's sitting up in bed just playing with his toys. And at any point my wife's going to come out and go, what are you doing? So, dudes, I think I'm going to round this one out in an hour. And I think what I'll do is I'll put up on the channel like a next scheduled stream when I foresee myself having some free time. But the next episode, if this sponsor comes through, is going to be just my brand new Ant-Man shrinking effect. And then we'll tackle as many Ant-Man effects as you guys want in the future. And then the next episode after that is going to be the Shazam transformation. So I'll just go back to screen one. And for now, guys, I think that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, if you'd like to become a channel member, hit that join button. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot better things than these live streams. They're just a fun thing that we can do together. Head over to filmlearnin.com and click on the 100K button. Download your entry pack. If you haven't already, for the Film Learnin 100K short film competition, we have $3,500 plus of prizes on offer, guys. So be sure and do that. And you know what? On the next episode, I will catch you then. And don't forget, keep learning. And I'll see you on the next stream.